Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your Midday News Fix for Friday the 17th of January. No surprise over the dropping NCEA Level 1 pass rate. Just 70% of participants have achieved the qualification. That's a 12% drop from last year. Education Minister Erica Stanford says it's partly due to the new 20-credit foundational literacy and numeracy requirement. She's vowing to continue the crackdown on education, particularly the basics at primary school. PPTA President Chris Abercrombie says the results were expected as reforming education is a long process.
You think about a 5-year-old starting school this year, they turn 5 over the summer, they're about to start school. We're not going to send them to secondary for 9-10 years.
Turmoil inside Israel's government has the Gaza ceasefire agreement caught in limbo. A cabinet vote to approve the deal is scheduled for tomorrow after being pushed back a day. The far-right religious Zionism and Otzma Yehudit parties have threatened to quit the coalition if Israel doesn't continue its war. The BBC's Jonah Fisher says this could leave Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu with a minority administration.
That's not to say that he wouldn't be able to push ahead with the ceasefire agreement. Indeed, some of the opposition parties have suggested that they might be willing to help out to get the deal through.
The Ministry of Justice has called the release of suppressed details online a serious error, adding it's working to understand and resolve it. Documents with suppressed information, including identifying details of rape and child abuse victims, were published online. Sophie Trigger has more.
Chief Executive Carl Crafer says all family and criminal decisions have been unpublished until an audit of about 2,000 judgments is complete, expected to take 4 weeks. He says current processes will be reviewed to identify how the error occurred and can be prevented. Crafer says open justice is a fundamental principle of the justice system, and publishing court decisions helps give the public insight into judgments.
2 weeks since the discovery of a male oriental fruit fly in Auckland, officials say that's been it, despite extensive checks. Michael Sergel has more.
MPI has had more than 150 staff surveying hundreds of properties and traps. Specialists in its mobile lab have cut up and examined more than 200 kilograms of fruit, finding no traces of larvae or eggs. The movement of certain fruit and vegetables remains restricted in parts of Papatoetoi and Mangere.
Police are investigating gunshots in Whangarei late last night and the discovery of a vehicle that appears to have been shot up. It was found in the suburb of Raumanga with significant damage following earlier reports of shots and the sound of people arguing at a Headley Place address. Police are warning of a heavy presence in the area today. Parliament's Justice Select Committees splitting into smaller groups so it can hear more voices on the Treaty Principles Bill. The committee's planning to hear 80 hours of submissions across 4 weeks. And iconic and eccentric American film and television director David Lynch has died aged 78. To sport, Manchester United have come from behind to secure their first Premier League football win in a month, a 3-1 result against bottom-placed Southampton at Old Trafford. Golfers Ryan Fox and Daniel Hillier are tied for 9th after shooting 4 under par 68s in the opening round of the European Tour's Dubai Desert Classic. They're 3 strokes off the lead. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.